What's going on, everybody? It's Cold Tape for you guys, bringing you some additional World War II info. You know, everybody's been uploading gameplay and stuff like that, and that's all great, but I haven't seen very many big YouTubers answering any questions about how, like, created class works and all that type of stuff. So you guys will see here, it is a little bit different. It's not even called created class, I don't think, anymore. It's more focused on what they call divisions. So you guys will see here, it says at the very top of the screen, select division, and each division basically is a different weapon class. So you guys will see the first one here, the infantry, these are going to be like your assault rifles, and you'll see the first division skill here is the bayonet charge. So basically you start sprinting and then you can activate the bayonet charge, which makes you go slightly faster, and then you can actually melee again to use the bayonet. And I should have went over this at first, but he's using the M1 Garand with high caliber grip, advanced rifling, and quick draw with the 1911 secondary with extended mags and a frag grenade. And going back to the middle of the screen, you'll see there's something called the division training, and this one's called the Infantryman 3, where you get 2 extra attachments on your primary weapon and 1 attachment on your secondary weapon. So as you guys can see here, these are like kind of like 2 perks bundled together as division training, and basically your division skill and your division training is going to be tied to your division, which your division is essentially what gun class you're using. So like I said earlier, infantry is basically assault rifles, and next up below that you've got the basic training, and the basic training is across all divisions or all classes. You can use it with any guns you want. And for this one, you've got immune to shell shock and tactical equipment, which is kind of like tac mask, and then sprint for longer distances. So that's kind of like marathon. So basically our perks are getting bundled together for us, essentially, in my eyes, as opposed to you being able to choose individual perks. And then you've got some perks that are tied to the weapon class, and then special division skill, which is kind of like an additional cool thing that you can add on to your class. You guys will kind of see what I'm talking about as I go through more of these classes. Next up, you've got the infantry bar, where you've got the bayonet charge again, and then the same division training again. You guys can go through the class setup there. He's got the niter sight, which is kind of like red dot, but it's not a red dot sight. It's more like a white circle sight. He's also got the grip, advanced rifling, quick draw with a Luger pistol and a smoke grenade. And then you'll see here, he has a different basic training package this time. He's got the hunker, which reveals enemy equipment and takes less explosive damage. So kind of like flak jacket and sit rep or something like that. So as you guys will see, every time there's 5 different divisions. You've got the infantry, the airborne, the armored, the mountain, expeditionary. We're going to go through all those, but then each division has their own skill and training, and I'm going to assume you can unlock different skills and different training as you level up the division. But in these pictures, each division has the same skill and training, and then each one has different basic training. So I think you're going to be able to unlock different ones. I mean, I can't confirm that 100%, but it only makes sense, you know, because otherwise there wouldn't be very much customization with divisions if you couldn't unlock different skills or training. And next up, we've got the airborne division, which are kind of like the SMGs. You guys will see here he's using the M1928 with extended mags and quick draw, and then the skill is a suppressor, which you can put on and take off at your will. And for the division training, it's called Pathfinder 3, sprint for longer distances, increase sprint speed, and climb over obstacles faster. Obviously that kind of goes with SMGs. So like the division training's going to be more focused on what your weapon class is, obviously, than the basic training, which here he's got smoked extra piece of lethal equipment and smoke grenade as tactical equipment. Why would smoke grenade be a lethal equipment? I don't know, that's kind of weird. But anyways, the division training is going to be more focused on the division, obviously, and the division is primarily focused on what gun it is. So like I said, the airborne is going to be all the SMGs, the infantry is going to be all the assault rifles. But let's go on to the airborne 2, which you'll see using the MP40 here, quick draw advanced rifling with the shovel, which I don't think you need to use a point for. I think you automatically get the shovel that you can just switch to, you know, at your will. And then as you can see, it's got the same skill and training as the last airborne class or division, whatever you want to call it. And this one, he's got the phantom basic training package, quieter movement, dead silence, take no fall damage, invisible to enemy recon aircraft while moving, so kind of like ghosts. And we'll continue to go through these a little bit fast because obviously I want you guys to see them all quickly. Next up is the armored division, which are all the LMGs. You guys will see here the division skill is bipod, so basically you can put it down. It takes like 1 to 2 seconds to put down anywhere you want. It could be in a window, it could be literally laying prone on the ground, and essentially you have no recoil. And the division training for this one is rocket launcher as a secondary weapon, extra piece of equipment, and throw equipment faster, farther while sprinting. So I don't know if that means that the rocket launcher will only be able to use with LMGs, or it's kind of just gifting it to you right away, so you don't have to use like a point, or I don't know, but it's not really a point system. So maybe you can only use rockets on LMGs, or maybe there'll be different division training for the other divisions where you get a rocket as well. I'm not really sure. But also you see it says throw equipment faster, farther, and while sprinting. So you can see how those two kind of go together. You get extra equipment, then you can also throw it faster and all that. And then the basic training for this is loaded extra magazines and reload weapons faster. So like bandolier and sleight of hand is back basically. Next up is the Armored 2, and he's got the MG15 equipped with quick draw, weapon grip, and extended mags, the Panzerschreck rocket because of the division training, and then 2 Taboon gas grenades, which if you guys don't know, it's like a gas that you throw out, and if an enemy goes through it, they like can't see, they're like coughing, and then they can't move quite as fast. So there's that. And then he's got the basic training scoped package, which allows you to move faster while aiming down sights. That's kind of like stock from Black Ops 3, which used to be an attachment, or stalker from MW3, which is a perk. And then you also get an extra attachment on your primary weapon. So like I said, these basic training packages can be attached to any division you want. It's only the division skill and training that are restricted to that specific division, obviously. Next up, you've got the Mountain Division, which are all the sniper rifles. He's using the M1903 here, and the division skill is sharpshooter. You block out the surroundings and in return acquire aim assist and enemy names while you're holding your breath. So you get aim assist only while you're holding your breath, and then you kind of see the enemy names over their heads, kind of like how Marksman was in MW3. The division training is Scout 3, acquire enemy names from farther away, increase the minimap coverage. I guess that makes the minimap slightly larger, and hit into player controlled streaks, kind of like Blind Eye. And then the basic training package is Undercover, kill without revealing enemy death locations, and no name or reticle color change when targeted. So I think it's kind of unfortunate. Like I'm thinking, like if you want to be super stealthy, you can't use like Ghost and also this at the same time. You kind of got to choose one, which I guess is, you know, some people are going to be happy about that, like, oh yeah, there's not going to be some stealthy dude running around. But then there's also people out there, I'm sure, that want to be super stealthy and can't use all these at once, because I'm fairly sure you only get to pick one basic training package at a time. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm kind of iffy on it. Obviously it's kind of hard to judge without having every single piece of information in front of you. You can't really comment on how the balance is going to be 100% without seeing everything. That's why I'm kind of iffy. Next up, you guys will see that he's got a Kar 98 with the Mountain Division, and it's got the Forage basic training package, swap weapons faster, throw equipment faster, resupply ammo and equipment from dead enemies. So as you guys can see, there might be some overlap between the basic training abilities and the division training, because we see throw equipment faster in the basic training, and that was also an ability you gained with the armored, one of the division trainings in the armored thing with the LMGs. So that's kind of good that there's some overlap, so you're not, you know, all these abilities aren't restricted to just one specific gun class or whatever. Next up is the Expeditionary, which are all the shotguns, and he's using the Winchester 1897 right here, and this division skill looks awesome. The shotgun rounds which spark flames that burn enemies to death. So that sounds cool. I can't wait to see if they make that look cool in game. You know how much fun that'll be to see that happen. The division training is a Sapper 3, extra magazines, immune to shell shock, and tactical equipment take less explosive damage. So kind of like Tac Mask and Flak Jacket into one. And then he's got the Ordnance basic training, Score Streaks cost less, and reroll care packages. So like Hardline and Engineer. So that's really cool. I cannot wait to see what that incendiary shells look like. I hope there's gameplay of that somewhere. I hope somebody use the shotguns, but I don't know. I think that could look really cool. Like I said, I think you're going to be able to get different division skills and training as you level up that division. It only makes sense. Like otherwise there would be almost no customization. So next, let's look at the last Expeditionary class setup or division, whatever you want to call it. Once again, same training and skill, but he's got the Duelist basic training, which you get 2 attachments on the secondary weapon, and you guys can see it's got high caliber and advanced rifling on his pistol, and that seems like a pretty underwhelming basic training package compared to the other ones. So I don't know why anybody would use that, to be honest, unless there's some like god tier secondary weapon out there. But that's basically gonna do it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, kind of got some more info on how the classes work and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't think they're technically called classes. I think they're called divisions, but you know, we're used to calling them classes, and I didn't see any other big YouTubers upload a video like this. So smash a like on it if you guys enjoyed. Obviously, you know, you can search up World War II multiplayer gameplay and see it a little little bit for yourself if you want to, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen gameplay but didn't really understand the class work. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. We're gonna try and fill in the gaps where we can, you know, where there's some information or maybe we get some secret intel or something like that. Who the hell knows? So subscribe if you're new. Like I said, please leave a like on the video. It would mean a lot, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, see ya.